Hello, my friends. Today I'm doing a collaboration with Sarah Mack of Sarah Mack Art. So I welcome any followers of Sarah that are here watching this video. I welcome you to check my playlists. I try to do a variety of techniques, including some embellishing some pours and framing tips and tricks and so on. So please take a look if you so choose. So, Sarah and I have been talking about doing a collaboration together for over a year, and we're finally getting to it. We kept the parameters very simple. We each chose 3 colors, and then we're to use those 6 in any technique we'd like. So I chose deep violet, lime green, and I'm using a yellow green, and a metallic gold. Sarah chose copper. We didn't know which each other was choosing, so that's fun. Turquoise and a maroon. I had to mix a maroon because I didn't have anything on hand. And then we also said that we could use either black or white. And so I chose white because my colors were rather on the dark side, just on their own. I love black for the drama of it. In fact, I mixed up some black, but it was just too similar in value to these colors. So here we have the violet, and as always I put the recipe I use down below in the description box, fully detailed with ratios and the exact colors I used. This was the maroon I mixed with mostly red, a bit of blue, and a bit of yellow, because maroon is kind of a brownish red. So that's what I came up with. This is the gold, copper, turquoise, and then the lime green I just felt was too bright to go with these. I just didn't care for the way that looked. So I added a bit of the turquoise to the green and came up with this color, which I felt went with the color palette much better. And then I didn't want just straight white. We didn't limit ourselves, so I took white and added a bit of the turquoise to come up with this light turquoise. So there you have it. That's my palette. I'm going to be doing kind of a traveling ring pour, I think. Possibly adding some ribbons if I think it's necessary at the end. So here we go. Load up the cups and get to work. I guess I could be doing it like this. I'm going to fill up 2 cups. I might as well do them the same. I was going to do them opposite order, but you know, they always come out differently anyway, so I'm not concerned about that. I'll start off with the deep violet, or it's actually Dioxizine purple. Always like gold next to that. I'll show you the consistency on one of the lighter colors. And I'll go with this maroon. I'm a little afraid of this color, but that's not bad. And I thought I would go with the copper. The metallics might be a little bit thicker than the others. I'm using a polycrylic mix, and my ratio is 2.5 parts mix to 1 part paint. And then some of the colors I needed to add a little bit more water to. The white is no extra water is needed, so that's the one I mixed first, and then blended or confirmed the consistency of the rest of them to that consistency, if that makes sense. Here is a look at the consistency. It's kind of thick, but I find I like that to hold the lines nicely. And if I decide to do ribbons on top, I do like this mix very much. Okay, I'll try to go a little faster now. Feel free to fast forward through this if you like. I'll probably get 4 layers of each color in here. Oops, gold. This is a good time to talk amongst yourselves. We're doing a live chat thing because I probably won't say anything very interesting right now. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Copper. I have a big show coming up, and for the month of May, the whole month of May, I'm the featured artist at a local gallery here. So I'm working on a lot of pours and embellishments. This one felt a little thinner than the others, but what can you do? I generally post, I used to post like every other day, but it was just too much. So now I put up a video. I'm kind of trying Thursdays and Saturdays and see how that goes. Although I think this is a Wednesday we're doing this. But occasionally I will throw in an extra one. But that gives me time. It took some pressure off me. I just stopped worrying about, having a constant flow of material out there, and gives me time to work on my other forms, my other art forms, brush painting and colored pencil. And that seems to be working well. Okay, getting there. This is an 8 by 24 inch canvas. I like that size. It's not terribly big, but it makes a statement because of the length of it. Hung either vertically or horizontally. And it's a deep canvas. I think I'll skip the green and just go to the light blue, and that should be plenty. Okay, reserving a little tiny bit in the cups in case I decide to do some ribbons. Okay, how pretty does that look right now? Let's hope it translates to the canvas. So I'm going to start with kind of a ring pour at one end here, and then kind of jiggle it to the center, and then another ring pour, and then jiggle. So that's the plan. Let's see how that works. I'm really anxious. Well, by now I will have watched Sarah's. Anxious to see what she came up with. Whoa, that's a lot of blue. Where's the other colors? Let's see. If I go this way, they'll start appearing. There's some green. Copper, and maybe that maroon. Oh, finally something light. Okay. All right. Now, do I want to start here or here? Because I'm left-handed, I'm going to turn it around and go from this edge again. I prefer this area here, not so crazy about that. So if this turns out the same, I can kind of tilt it off. But it's never the same, is it? All right, let's come and travel towards the center. So interesting to me that load up the cups just the same and they pour out differently. Okay. And here we go, move it around. I don't generally bother with a flow extender, I guess you'd call it. It's just, although I see the wisdom in it, but I'm not going to do it. So I hope I don't disappoint any of you with that. Mainly because I don't have any on hand. I mix my colors fresh. Oh, look at the sides, how fun. And I usually don't mix up enough to do that with, but sometimes I have it on hand. I'll scrape up the drippings and put it aside and use it then, but that's it. What was I going to say? Okay, now let's get this, and I like this. I like what's going on down here. Let's see if we can beautify this end. If you're new to me, I often tell my viewers that I don't worry about the sides so much, or if I have any gaps in the sides, like see it at the corners there. Once I'm happy with the composition on top, I will just let it go, and when it's dry, I will fill in those gaps with a with paint. A complementary, by that I mean one of these colors, usually the darkest color. In this case, it would be the deep violet. I would probably fill those voids with. So, well, that's kind of pretty. It's busy enough that I don't feel it needs any ribbons. There's enough going on there. Just need to get this tiny little corner here, and I also like the little swoop that's happening. Now back towards the center. Okay. If you use this polycrylic mix, you're going to want to have your windows open, have good ventilation, because you don't want to be breathing this. Okay, my friends, I like it. I'm going to take my gloves off and bring you in for a closer look. And there we go. We've got some nice effects going on there. I like that area right there with the gold. It's going to be very pretty when it's dry. And with this polycrylic mix, what you see now is what you see when it's dry. It's not going to change. It's a polycrylic glue water Floetrol mix, and I find it stays the way I pour it. Okay, my friends, well, I'm going to link Sarah's video down below on her channel, just in case you haven't seen her video yet. And I do thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.